Yeah, but it doesn't roll off the tongue like African kung fu Nazis.
Did you ever think we'd say that? Roll off the tongue like African kung fu Nazis.
Welcome to Tairimo Boys Podcast. I'm your host, Cody. With me in second chair is the boy who gave up his position to fight in Shang Tsung's martial arts tournament to fight in Hitler's. It's Jeremy.
Oh my god. I can't even start. Jesus.
It's fine, Jeremy. It's fine. With me in third chair is the boy who better not get us hashtag canceled. It's Ryan.
Uh, Guten Tag.
Ready to get canceled, boys?
Oh, it's gonna be a rough one for me.
Well, everyone, I think you know what we're watching if you clicked on the icon. Whenever I was looking up Kung Fu Hustle, I ended up coming across this movie, and we wanted to do a B-list movie. So today, we're going to be reviewing African Kung Fu Nazis.
God, what a title.
You should have heard Jeremy laughing when I first revealed this to him.
Still cracks me up.
So, African Kung Fu Nazis. I couldn't find very much information on this, but came out in 2020. It's an hour and 24 minutes long. I do not know anything about the budget, but I don't know if you boys noticed. I think this movie was sponsored by the liquor Adonko Bitters.
I kind of got that feeling.
They slap that stuff like everywhere. I went and looked it up. Apparently, it's a real thing. So there you go.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to try it.
So Jeremy, this movie's name being as crazy as it was, what were your first thoughts?
I was dumbfounded by this movie. I gotta say, I actually enjoyed it though. It was goofy as hell, but this one caught me off guard.
Ryan, your first thoughts?
Dude, I love German Cobra Kai.
Was it German Cobra Kai or was it Africa Cobra Kai?
The version I watched was in German, so
Well, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna come out here and say it. This movie didn't have any excuse for being as good as it was.
Seriously.
When Jeremy was laughing when I revealed this to him, I was like, Jeremy, this is probably gonna be like really bad. And I watched this thing, I was like, holy crap, this is actually good.
I actually really, really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. For a B-list movie, this is up there. I mean, especially compared to Jurassic Triangle.
Regular viewers, I think you know who Jurassic Triangle was gonna be mentioned in this review.
Oh yeah, it was bound to happen.
Not only am I gonna mention Jurassic Triangle, but I'm also gonna mention another one of our reviews, Meth Gator.
Ooh, okay.
Ryan, you weren't here for Meth Gator.
no.
Hey, you missed out on that
You
one.
missed
That one
out.
was good.
That was a decent movie. But Jeremy, if you remember Meth Gator, and audience at home, I highly recommend watching our Meth Gator review. This is a
Yes.
movie that was completely silly. The actors knew it was silly. They took it seriously, but because they knew it was a silly concept, they were able to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get around to Jurassic Triangle, which the idea is stupid. They treated it as serious, and the whole thing was just stupid.
It was god awful.
So we get around to this idea, African Kung Fu Nazis. Stupid idea. They know it's stupid, and it turns out to be a really good movie.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention the choreography in this movie was like fantastic.
That blew
For
me
what it
away.
was.
Yeah, that blew me away.
I was like, what am I watching? Like,
Is this really a
this is so
B-list
fucking
movie?
Good.
Ryan, what were your thoughts on the choreography?
I love the choreography. I used to do martial arts, and I was getting a little jealous.
Yeah, so they did their research into this movie. I think they probably... I'm unfamiliar with any of the actors in this movie. Honestly, I think everyone was unfamiliar with the actors in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Easy to say. Yeah.
It's a B-list movie that came out of nowhere. So, and here's the thing: a movie like African Kung Fu Nazis in like current year, you think it's gonna be preachy. This movie isn't preachy.
Not the slightest.
That surprised me. Now you got the reverse side: is this movie racist? And no. Well, there was one scene which was a little bit of stereotyping, and we're gonna talk about that. Jeremy, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for Penis Palooza.
Nope. 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 I'm good.
So, the scene where Tojo took the two girls to the alley to struggle snuggle them. And then when he takes his pants off, it's revealed that he's hung like a horse. What do we think about that penis?
Nope. Not doing this. Not doing it.
I gotta say, that scene was hilarious. Just the way they handled
It
it.
was. It was hilarious though.
Just a shadow on the wall. I had to pause the movie because I was cracking up so much.
I didn't expect it at all. It's like the fucking shadow.
You don't get any boobs in this movie, like most B-list movies.
Unfortunately.
Anyways, Ryan, do you want to sing
Cody?
the song for us?
No. I don't know what song you're talking about, but I can already tell you the answer is no.
You know the song. Jeremy, you want to steal this?
Mortal Kombat?
No!
Oh.
You know, Kung Fu, Kung Fu, Kung Fu, African Kung
Oh.
Fu, Kung Fu Nazis.
That played the whole fucking movie.
It did. It's like, oh, we commissioned this song, so we better use
Right?
it. Oh, that's funny. You know, we're talking about like all this like choreography and stuff. Boys, what do we think about the story?
Wild. Wild. But fun as hell.
Wild, fun as hell, but also poignant in some places. And undercut by something stupid.
Well, Ryan, I mean, the movie's called African Kung Fu Nazis. It's fine if it undercuts itself.
It's safe to say we expected stupid from something like this.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean, it's your typical like revenge plot. A day, who's the main character? His kung fu master gets killed, and he enters like Hitler's tournament and has to train to actually beat his people. Of course, there's
very B-listy Mortal Kombat.
yeah, because there's like magic in the movie. Like it takes place like modern times, and like Hitler and Tojo are like using magic to stay young, and they're using like mind control magic, where all the soldiers have like white face on.
I was gonna mention that too. There was a lot of white face in this movie.
There's your racism, like all the white face.
Yeah.
You could tell like some of the actors didn't want to wear much of the chalk either. So sometimes you'd find people with just like the chalk's completely covering their face. Other times it's just like a light spritzing. And you know what I was thinking? Throughout the movie, they mention that like the Nazis aren't using kung fu; they're using Japanese karate. So shouldn't this movie have been called African Japanese Karate Nazis?
I'd say that'd be more appropriate.
Yeah, but it doesn't roll off the tongue like African Kung Fu Nazis.
Did you ever think we'd say that? Roll off the tongue like African Kung Fu Nazis.
Well, there's a first time for everything. You know what? I'm looking at IMDb right now, and it looks like the guy who played Hitler wrote the whole movie.
Who, for a brief second, I thought was Sebastian Stan, who played the Winter Soldier.
The Winter Nazi. Or the Winter Hitler.
Hitler.
Whitler.
You know, we gotta discuss this. Did he make a good Hitler?
I thought he made a
Absolutely.
decent Hitler.
I kind of thought he didn't have the look, but I mean, the acting was just fine. And he could do the peck bounce too thing. He took his shirt off.
He was just enough to be a Hitler.
It was fine. It's a B-list movie anyway, so I'm not
It's
gonna
so
complain.
weird. It's so weird talking about this. Like, how do you rate this Hitler? Yeah, he was up there.
That's why I have it on my list. Uh, Jeremy, on a scale of Inglorious Bastards to I don't know another Hitler movie, where would you rank
Oh
this?
no,
at?
no,
Indiana
there's,
Jones and
there's
the
no-
Last Crusade.
There you go. Well, would that really be bottom of the scale, Ryan?
No, that's top of the scale for me.
Okay.
Yeah, Inglorious Bastards is a hard one to beat for me, as far as my Hitlers go. This is so fucked up.
All right, we had Penis Palooza. We ranked Hitlers. What's next? Jeremy, what'd you think about the Drunken Master fighting style?
Was definitely. I think I was crying when I was laughing. I was laughing so hard at, especially the fight scene when he gets punched in the gut.
Just bounces off. The thing is like I knew exactly the way this was going. Like the first time that guy was introduced, I was like, okay, that guy's drunk and he looks a lot different than all the other characters. So I think this.
And the camera was heavily focused on him. in the
Yeah, and
beginning.
he had like
all
a
right, here we go.
he had like a gourd or something. And like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna be like a drunken master or something.
Although I must say I'm a big fan of the three finger style.
Yeah, that's more of Ryan's style. You might know it as Monkey Plucks Plum. All right, boys. What was our favorite scene?
Jeez, that's tough. The final battles in the martial arts tournament. Like it got so brutal out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it, especially like some of the fatalities. I got to say that was probably my favorite.
Yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage masked wrestler guy gets his like eyes plucked, and then a day's fellow student gets like head chopped off.
It got wildly brutal.
And here's the thing: the only thing I'm gonna complain about the movie about is like the fighting bracket for that tournament. Like I don't know why Hitler's throwing his top men in there to die.
Because that's something Hitler would probably do.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue that. Ryan, what about you?
I also wanted to say the final battle, but also it's on brand for me when the bullet goes through the car and hits the gas tank and explodes Hitler's head.
The poor CGI. Okay, another thing I'll complain about. I did not like the final battle with Hitler. This is a kung fu martial arts movie, and for some reason, the entire final battle with Hitler turns into like a gun battle
Gunfight.
shootout.
he
Yeah, I
gets
was
an
hoping he'd get
AR and
Mortal
starts running
Kombat.
around.
Like, there's no epic like Shang Tsung like fight. I guess he gets knocked off into like some spikes and like the Mortal Kombat dragon symbol. No, it's like a run and gun battle with exploding gas tank.
And a magazine that just never empties. On
Oh
the
yeah,
AR.
I noticed the infinite.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Jeremy, it's a movie called African Kung Fu Nazis, so I don't think we're gonna hit too much on the fact there's infinite ammo in it. They're magic bullets, all right, just like the blood flag magic. As for me, I'm gonna say something a little different. I like the DJ Hitler scene where the day's like setting up for the martial arts tournament, and then Hitler's DJing in the club, and you got like Hitler sitting there dancing. That's not something you see every day.
No, it's something nobody has ever seen, probably. How many Hitler DJs do you get in your lifetime?
Just
Two.
one.
Just one.
17.
Ryan, I don't know where you're hanging out. All right, Jeremy, let's do your actual favorite segment. Let's do some boys in action.
Ooh, boys in action. I died when big sexy lady punched me in the nuts.
Johnny Cage fatality.
Yep. That is where I died.
Ryan, what about you? Where would you die if you were in this movie?
I don't. I make it.
Ryan's got that fighting spirit.
Way to go, Ryan. You survivor, you.
As for me, I'm gonna say, I think I probably would have bled out when I got my two fingers cut off. That was a lot of blood.
That was a lot of blood.
That was really bad CGI. I'm surprised they cut his fingers off. I thought they would just broke him because him having to like wear casts and stuff for the rest of the movie was just kind of, I guess.
Even though you could see his other fingers under.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna nitpick too much. It's a B-list movie.
It's African Kung Fu Nazis. Well, we nitpicking. And something else I want to mention too. I really like the recap of the beginning explaining everything. I like the quote. It's like, this time without Italy because they suck at war.
I forgot about that.
That quote just stuck out to me and I wrote it down. But yeah, Mussolini was really bad at war. And that's how he ended up getting himself killed. Pissed his own people off too much. All right,
This
Jared.
historical fact was brought to you by African Kung Fu Nazis.
No, it was brought to you by Adonko Bitters.
Which I will try one of these days.
Which was in what movie?
It wasn't just in the movie, it was seemed to be sponsored by.
Which was in what movie?
African Kung Fu Nazis.
Thank you.
All right, Jeremy, pass top one to you.
How'd you boys feel about the cast?
Like I said, the whole movie blew me away. Like, this is a B-list movie, and when you're using, like, nobody actors, you can usually get some uneven acting. I mean, there was some uneven acting in the movie, but, like, everyone...
A little bit. Yeah.
And for the most part, I have, like, no major complaints.
Ryan, how do you feel?
Didn't take me out of the movie once because I didn't recognize any of them.
Did this movie happen to remind you guys of anything else we've reviewed before?
Yeah, the Mario thing.
I was gonna say the same shit.
I was gonna say Barbie movie.
The Barbie movie?
Yeah.
That was a explain.
I'm being stupid.
No, that's definitely I got Super Mario Warfare vibes from this movie.
Yeah, that's what I got too. Especially when they got to Hitler.
Cody, how'd you feel? Did you get Super Mario Warfare vibes?
I wasn't even thinking about it at the time, but now that you mention it, I bet that's how they got sponsored. Is the guy who played Hitler probably brought the script to someone he knew at Donko Bitters, and it's like, hey, can you fund this? Like, this is actually a pretty good idea. So just don't make us look bad. And here we are.
A wonderful B-list movie. That's all I got.
All right, Ryan, best up one to you.
Ava Braun, but tan. That is all.
I was laughing at that joke. I have it written down. I was like, I don't need to mention it. All right. Before we move on to final thoughts, here's a question for you boys. Are you boys excited for the sequel?
Oh my God, there's a sequel.
There's a trailer for a sequel.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty excited about the sequel. I'm not gonna lie.
Not the same way I'm excited for a new Batman movie, but sure.
But yeah, this movie's getting a sequel apparently. They've got a trailer up on YouTube. Apparently Hitler returns. Also the Adolko Bitters guy returns and the Drunken Master. There's also
Somehow Hitler returned.
that's explained in the trailer. He's like a cyborg now. And there's gonna be an epic like Power Rangers Godzilla type fight in the movie.
I'm sold immediately.
Also there's a midget in the movie, so there you go.
E Honda from Street Fighter in this new movie?
There is sumo wrestlers in the trailer.
Right on.
They're really stepping up the action in the next movie, it looks like.
Bring the ante.
Yep. Stay tuned for our African Kung Fu Nazis 2 review whenever that movie comes out. If it ever comes out. Alright, Jeremy. Final thoughts?
This movie seriously had no business being as good as it was.
Ryan, final thoughts?
I laughed. I cried. I peed. Good.
Yeah. This movie, completely insane, but it's an extremely good B-list movie. I highly recommend you watch it.
Was it the best B-list movie we've done so far?
That's hard to rank.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy, already trying to scale this damn thing.
no, let's not scale B-list movies.
You
I take it back.
got Rubber, which is pretty up there, but that's an art film. And
B-list movie.
Jeremy, it's an art film. We already went over this, and you agreed it was an art film during the review. I highly recommend everyone watch our Rubber review.
God damn it.
But let's scale it. So, Jeremy, we've got the
No, saying Glorious Bastards.
no. Today's scale is the martial arts to Jurassic Triangle scale. I highly recommend all our viewers at home go watch our Jurassic Triangle review. The movie was shit, but that review is golden. So, Jeremy, on a scale of the classical Bruce Lee martial arts movie Enter the Dragon to the movie no one's ever heard of and was really dog shit, Jurassic Triangle, where would you rank this movie?
A lot closer to Enter the Dragon. A few smidgens under Enter the Dragon.
Ryan, what about you? Where do you rank it?
3, you know what? Let's go with 20. 25 blood squirts below Enter the Dragon.
There were a lot of blood squirts in this movie.
There were a very lot of blood squirts in this movie.
Yep, it's a really good movie. High up there. It's not anything like Enter the Dragon, but hey, if you want to be less movie, here you go.
You'll enjoy it more than Jurassic Triangle. Trust me.
You'll enjoy the majority of movies on this planet more than Jurassic Triangle.
Probably almost all of the movies. That's saying a lot. Jurassic Triangle is really bad.
Alright, everyone. Thank you for listening to our episode of Tairimo Boys Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell us what you would do if you found African Kung Fu Nazis. Don't forget to ring the motherfucking bell. Stay tuned for more episodes.